afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Awaken the World Quick Talk. We choose our joys and sorrows. Live here on the Awaken the World YouTube channel. It, of course, is 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And hello. Hello, Jackie. Good to see you. Yeah, really. Hey, quick, talk about something. So I apologize if I'm a minute or two late. This new YouTube streaming dashboard is really a little bit of a pain. But that's okay. So I had posted a little quote from Khalil Gibran in regards to we choose our joys and sorrows, long before we've had the experience. And I want to talk about what that means because, of course, we get tied up in this very easily. We really do. And, I'm going to, again, equate life to that sea of consciousness, okay? And we're going to look at an ocean for a minute. Now, if you look at the ocean, you'll see that this is the general shape, right? Wave, trough, wave, trough, wave, trough. And we can think of the top of the wave, when we're on the crest of the wave, as joy, and the trough, there in the dark between the waves, as sorrow. Now, if we're going to live life from the point of view of the surface of the ocean, well, we're bound to joy at the top, at the crest, and sorrow in the trough. We're bound between those two places. So, of course, we will experience joy. And yet we will also experience sorrow. And we will experience everything in between joy and sorrow. Because that is the nature of the wave. The ocean itself, that's the nature of the ocean. Okay, is that it's wave, trough, wave, trough, wave, trough. Now, occasionally you will experience the ocean being totally flat. Stillness and calmness, and you will experience stillness and calmness in your life. But the issue with that, of course, is that when you're riding on the surface, you're not the one in control. And when I say you, I'm talking about the you that you always wanted to be. The you that you are past the egoic identification. The real you. Not the memory bank that thinks it's everything. So in this wave and trough scenario, every time we come from an egoic place, we are staying on the surface of the ocean. We are choosing to be there. And we choose that long before we've actually had the experience. And we do that through the programming that we've received and what we buy into, what our opinions about life are. All of these things are like buoyancy tanks that keep us on the surface of life and ensure that we are at the whim of those waves and troughs. The only way to escape the choosing that we do ahead of time is to let go of all of those buoyancy tanks, all of those tanks that are holding you on the surface. Now, many people, they floated on the surface for so long that they're actually okay with the joys and the sorrows, and they figure that's the way life is. They don't want to drop those tanks. And that's perfectly okay. This is not about judgment. What it is, though, is about the realization that our perceptions on life, that which we allow ourselves to be programmed with, as far as who we are, what we're capable of, the way we should be living, what we should be doing, who we should marry or not marry, or be with or not be with. All of these things are pre-programming ourselves for the joys and sorrows to come. Because once we've got that opinion about what it should be like in our head, well, as soon as we fall into a trough, we're in sorrow. Life is not the way we have the opinion it should be. And then all of a sudden life starts going the way you think it should, and you're back up into the light, and you're feeling great, and you're on the crest. And then boom, you're back down again. Now, it's okay to continue to live in this kind of yin-yang bounce sort of zone. It's perfectly fine. It's like playing ping pong on the yin and yang circle, right? And you're constantly bouncing over top that middle road. Boing, 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 back and forth between joy and sorrow, dark and light, joy and sorrow, dark and light. Sooner or later, you get tired of it. Sooner or later, you get tired of riding up on top of the crest and then being dropped into the bottom. Now, going deeper, going beneath the surface of that sea of consciousness, going beneath the waves of that ocean. What does that allow you to do? Well, beneath the surface, you are still well aware that there's agitation on the surface. You can see the effects of the waves and the troughs. But in the stillness, in the silent space underneath that, you watch with equanimity. You are neither judging good nor bad. You are simply observing as life goes about its business. And you're not allowing an opinion to be formed on it. So how do you choose your joys and sorrows ahead of time? And how can you choose ahead of time now for the future? Gratitude for all that comes into your existence. And a willingness to let go of those buoyancy tanks, to let go of the surface, and to allow yourself to fall into the depths. Because waiting there, just below sight, your true magnificent self is smiling, looking so forward to having you consciously aware of your true being. Much love to you today. Jackie, thank you so much for being here. It means so much. It really does. And I would invite you, if this is helpful, to please share this out with others. Kelly and I love you both. I'm sorry she couldn't be with us this afternoon. She's in the middle of teaching a lesson. And I look so forward to tomorrow, where we have another fantastic talk planned. Again, all our love and namaste.